It was pass interference, except for the refs. No call was made, and the Saints had to settle for a field goal. Sean Payton said he talked to the league after the game, and they said a flag should have been thrown on the play. We are joined by FS1 NFL analyst Eric Dickerson. He was in New Orleans for the game.
The ambassador is in town.
Yeah, he is.
I'm back.
Do you have no shame?
I have no shame.
See what you created?
Yeah, I did.
You created this month.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, Minnie ED told me he would love to be here, but he had to stay in New Orleans and party.
Celebrate?
He had to party just a little bit.
I hope he's not in jail this
No,
morning.
he's not. He's probably not in jail.
Yeah.
But let me take my hat off.
We want to see the full you.
I need to ask, are those devil's horns coming out of there or not? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a really well done hat. Okay, Eric, I gotta ask though.
Yes.
How lucky were your Rams?
Yeah, good
Can
question,
we say lucky?
Jenny.
No, you can't say lucky. You know, I'll say this much here. Was it a bad call? Yes, it was a bad call. It's no doubt. This bad calls in sports. Yeah. I mean, they happen all the time. You know, this isn't the first bad call that's ever happened. Did that lose the game? No, it did not. That's not guaranteed that he was going to even catch the ball. It wasn't guaranteed it was going to be a touchdown. There's no guarantee, so we don't know what was going to happen.
Right.
You know, I think about, we were down 13-0, 13-zip, and it was a tip ball that came off Todd Gurley's hand that possibly we could have went down 21-zip. That would have been pretty bad. But I have to give the Rams credit. They stuck in there, held in there, the defense held. You know, when I think about really a bad play that say lost that football game, if you want to, you never point fingers because why? This is a football team. Everybody wins and loses together. But when Sean Payton and the New Orleans Saints got down by the goal line with, I think it was like a minute and 50-something seconds left, and he tried to throw the ball to Michael Thomas. That was a bad call. I'm like, oh, perfect.
Yes.
Right. Throw the ball.
Why you stop the clock?
Right. Run the ball twice. To me, I think that was kind of vintage, the arrogance of Sean Payton.
I would agree.
Yeah. And so we're going to...
By the way, I think he told Drew Brees, if it's not there, just throw it in the dirt. Because I think it was a safe pass. I think he was just being careful because you don't want to throw it to the Rams.
But why would you...
I don't know. I don't know. Because it's Sean Payton trying to say, look at me.
I think one of the big plays in that game, too, was also the fake punt. Now, you know that was coming. You know that was coming. And that gave us 3 points. But I think one of the big things is when we went in at halftime, 13-10. That was a win for us. I'm like, 13-10.
Couldn't play any worse.
Couldn't play any worse. Can't hear. When I say you can't hear, you can't hear. The offensive linemen were literally passing the signals down, talking to each other because you can't hear.
Were you on the sideline or up top?
I was on the sidelines and I went up top because it was very loud, I got to say.
That loud.
You know, they have, you can't hear in that stadium. But, you know, was it a bad call? I'll go back to that. Yes, it was a bad. Were we lucky? No, we're not. That team never ever gave up. I told you we are a good football. Nobody gives the Rams credit. At one point we were 13-3. You know, the Rams are so flashy. They Hollywood. We live in Hollywood. Yeah. This is Los Angeles. How are we supposed to be? Like America? Hey, that's what we are. You know, this is a great football team with a bunch of great guys. And I got to say, you know, they say you got away with one. Pretty much every team gets away with one. But that was a big call. But, you know, all I say is this here, we won the game.
Whew. You know what? You look at this game. From the second quarter on, the Rams had 365 yards of total offense. The Saints had 166, so almost outgained them by 200 yards, Skip. And I agree with ED. The Saints had the ball 5 times in the red zone. They get 2 touchdowns. You got to cash those in. Drive the nail in the coffin because the Rams were able to weather the storm early. And that's what you have to do. You go on the road, the crowd's going to be in a frenzy. You know, I'm a firm believer in this. I don't believe you can win the game in the first quarter, but you can lose it. You go down 21-0. You go down 24-0 in the fourth quarter. That's over. But they kept the game close. 13-0 ain't that bad. Now we're 13-3, 13-10. We go at halftime. We 13-10. Hold on, guys. We can't play any worse than what we played. They only got a 3-point lead. And we get the ball coming out at the half. We got to feel real good with where we are. Drew Brees didn't play well yesterday, Skip. They didn't run the football. Because normally when they can run the football, now they can play action. Now that deep over route that they throw to Michael Thomas is normally there. It wasn't there yesterday. People don't realize how big an addition Aqib Talib is because he allows them to do a lot of different things. Because now Peters gets to play his normal position, gets to play on the other side. And Talib, Aqib is going to go out there and he's going to match up against your best guy, put hands on him and be physical. That's what they do. Aaron Donald They doubled him.
Doubled him.
But Ndamukong Suh was a monster yesterday, and that's what they needed. They did a great job. Look, yeah, it was a call. Yes, it was blatant. It was obvious. It wasn't bang, bang. I didn't think it was a bang, bang play, and I saw it in real time. Now, I didn't notice the helmet skip until they went back. I was like, but that's PI. That's blatant PI. But they also grabbed Jared Goff's face mask on the scramble. They didn't call that. It happened. Plays happen. You got to play through all that. Give the Rams credit. Because no one really thought that. You and I did. Because we picked the safe. Skip and I picked
Skip kind of sit on the, he played both sides. He's a double agent. He's like Don King. He's a double. He said, well, you know, I think the Rams.
Well, we stuck with it. He's like, I'm
I pick.
Who did
I pick?
The Saints. I know.
I picked the Saints before the year started.
Yeah, but you said, I'm not feeling good about this. I saw you.
Well, how could you?
I'm not feeling good about this.
I wasn't feeling good either.
I went with my team the whole way. We're going to win.
I went with my team the whole way.
The Cowboys?
And by the way, it is now my turn, and I hate to inform you this, but you are now supporting a counterfeit Super Bowl team. A fraudulent Super Bowl team. A team that does not belong in the Super Bowl is your Los Angeles Rams. That was simply the worst blown call in sports history. I don't know a worse one in the National Football League annals, and I can't think of a really worse one in sports. You brought up the World Series Paul Dinkinger at first base. This is one step from the Super Bowl. And I don't disagree with all the points you made about all the good things, maybe great things, your Rams did. But at that point, it's only 1:48 left. And at that point, it is blatant, clear pass interference or helmet to helmet or all of the above. It should have been a 30-yard penalty, right?
Walking me to the end zone. You want to walk me to the end zone.
Give him a touchdown. Because even Nickel Roby Coleman said after the game, I did it. I did it. And we got away with it. And the league office just jumped right up and said, we missed that one. We screwed up big time. That is all-time robbery down in the French Quarter. It was a robbery.
Mini-Me still there. Hold it down.
Well, okay. I hope he's not in trouble, but I don't know. You never know. But to me, it boils down to it's going to be first and goal at the 5-ish somewhere with 1:48 left, and they're going to run it, and the clock's going to run. They're going to run it again. The clock's going to run. They run it again. They might run it in the end zone. If they run it in the end zone, you're cooked. You're dead. But even if they just take the 3, you're going to have under a minute. I don't know what it's going to be, 45 seconds. You're going to have a hard time because you had enough time this way, and your quarterback played really well yesterday.
Didn't he?
He surprised me with how well, and he loves him some Brandon Cooks. He threw him 7 balls, and he caught all 7 for 107 yards. That was the difference in the game to me, and I agree. All of the criticism both of you have leveled at Tom Brady actually needs to be aimed at Drew Brees because Father Time is tapping him on the shoulder. He doesn't have the velocity. He doesn't have the arm he used to have. I don't think he has the reflexes. I don't think he has the fortitude in the pocket. He's not what he used to be. And that Dallas loss, boy, it knocked the soup out of him because he was playing at a high level up to then. But, Shannon, we've been a long time since the Dallas loss, and he never got it back.
Nope.
So, again, was he good in the first quarter? Yeah.
Yes.
Did your coach or your special teams coach make a crucial, gutsy call to save? It's a game saver to me, the fake punt.
Bones is unbelievable.
He's unbelievable. John Fossil.
Yeah, actually, he was the ball boy. His dad used to be the offensive coordinator in Denver. He was the ball boy for us. So I remember when he was a little kid. But he's unbelievable at what he does. But they still haven't found the answer for Brandon Cooks yet. Skip, he went for $114 the first time and a touchdown. He goes for $107 this time. Right. So they still haven't found an answer for him. But give Wade Phillips credit because he shut off their run.
He took him completely out of their run. For 2/3 of the year, they were one of the top rushing teams. Then Dallas knocked the soup out of that. And then all of a sudden yesterday, they go 21 rushes for 48 yards. That's 2.3 a try. And it forced the ball 41 times into Drew Brees' hands to throw it. And that's the wrong formula for them. And they have to be 50-50.
They had one run for 16 yards.
Yeah.
So if you take that away, so they had 20 for 32.
They went nowhere fast.
If I'd have told you that Todd Gurley would have 16 yards total offense, and we'd win the football game.
Yeah,
you'd say no way.
True.
Okay, but if you told me you signed the hottest back in pro football on December 16th, and then you...
but if I tell you that guy was C.J. Anderson, what you'd say? You'd say, come on, you out your mind. He's not the hottest back. Yeah.
And he's now C.J. Dickerson.
Great name for you.
And the more I look at him, the fatter he gets, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He is Jerome Bettis.
It does not make a difference.
He runs hard and low and with force, man.
Good at blitz pickup.
So now you saying that's one of the worst calls for us in sport.
Ever. It's just so blatant because think of the big calls or non-calls in NFL history, the Tuck rule. Again, I thought it was blatant. The game should have been over. I was there. I covered it, and I'm going anti-patriot on that one. But it was at least debatable, and Mike Pereira, who was then representing the NFL, defended it as we got it right.
Well, since you brought it up, to me, that was one of the worst calls.
Okay, but it was debatable, and the NFL did not back off.
You know what? Even when this happened, some guys said, well, it was kind of bang, bang. Even when I saw it, I said it's a pass interference. But you know this, yeah? You know as a player, they miss it all the time. Like you said, they missed the face mask on Jared Goff. They miss calls like that.
And I hate, you know what, Skip? I hate when the NFL does that. Yeah. They're not going to play this game over. So what, are you going to put the Saints in the Super Bowl now? All you do is